And then before they knew it, they were thrown into two things, which are the two things that we are facing today: hunger and terror in extremes. Can you believe it? These are the verses in the Quran. These are the two things that have been mentioned specifically. Nothing else. Not lack of rainfall or lack of education or anything else. No. Food and terror. These are the two things. And this happens to those who are thankless to Allah. And how do you become thankless to Allah? Everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, you say it's not from Allah, it's from you. I work hard, I work in a company, I make my own living. I pass an exam, I pass a test, I do it because I am intelligent, because I am a genius, that's why I do it. No, it's a blessing from Allah. If He wants it, He can take it away from you anytime. Allah Ta'ala has given you eyesight. He's given you hearing. He's given you the ability to talk. How will you use all of the things that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has bestowed upon you? He has given you wealth. He has given you so many things. How are you utilizing all of these things? Are you utilizing them for good, in which case you are being thankful to Allah, or are you utilizing them for evil, or negative things, or bad things, in which case you are being thankless? Somebody gives you a very expensive shirt, and you start to mop the floor with it. Is that being thankful? Something which it was not meant for. This is what we do with the blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Another example that has been mentioned in the Holy Qur'an, in Surah Al-Quraysh, chapter 106, verses 1 to 4. لَإِلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ إِلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us now the example of those who are blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quraysh. And this surah links with the surah before it, which was Surah Al-Fil, chapter 105 in the Holy Qur'an. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts in Surah Al-Fil by talking about how the people of the elephant wanted to destroy the Kaaba. And they attacked the Quraysh. And the Quraysh, this is before the time of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, were the protectors of the Kaaba. And although at that time there was ignorance throughout Arabia, it was a time of Jahiliyyah, but the Quraysh still managed to retain their morals and ethics, even in those times. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed them first of all by performing a miracle in the form of the Ababil. And then in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells them of two favors that He has bestowed upon them. The first one, that He has protected them from hunger, and the second one, He has taken fear away from their hearts. They are not afraid. These are the two things that were mentioned as a punishment in Surah Nahl, that when you start to disbelieve, when you start to become thankless towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are the very two things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring into your lives. Hunger and fear. Constant fear, constant insecurity. But with the Quraysh, He blessed them. And it is important to understand what happens when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses something. When the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are with you, things start to happen which you did not even expect. Little miracles begin to happen around you which you cannot explain. And this is one of the things that was also experienced by the Quraysh. Wherever they traveled, be it to the north or to the south, they were the only ones who roamed free. Otherwise, whoever else roamed around, they got attacked and raided and robbed. But the Quraysh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy was with them from the very beginning. So now these two verses from the Holy Qur'an, these two chapters in the Holy Qur'an, give us an idea of what happens when you invoke the wrath of Allah and what happens when you invoke the blessings of Allah. And the end result, the answer is hunger and fear, which is what we are experiencing nowadays. The question remains, how have we upset Allah? Because it is clear that we have upset Allah. We are unsafe, we feel insecure leaving the house. This was not the situation about 10 to 15 years ago. You could go wherever you wanted, you could eat wherever you wanted. But now, every time you leave the house, you think twice. Should I or should I not? Even the elite are now running after the basic necessities of life like sugar, rice and flour. There is a problem. So what have we done to deserve the wrath of Allah? To understand this, we need to reflect first and foremost on an individual level. What have I done? Leave everybody else aside. What have I done wrong? What is my role in this? Talk to yourself. Ponder upon yourself. Where do I fit into this big picture? Have I done anything wrong? And then we must look at it collectively. What are we doing wrong as a community, as a nation, as an ummah? What have we done wrong? As a community, are we looking out for the interests of our fellow Muslim brothers and sisters across the globe? Are we doing that? Or are we letting them get slaughtered by whomsoever wills to invade their lands? What are we doing collectively as an ummah? These are questions that we must answer. The things that you will find out from the Holy Qur'an, the reasons why such things happen, first and foremost is you are being thankless, which we have already talked about. And we can see now today in our own society, if we look into our own selves, we will find that we too tend to become thankless sometimes. We do not realize the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon us. The second is, we forget about Allah. We forget that He even exists. We do all kinds of sin, not realizing that He is watching. Even if you are alone in your room and the curtains are closed and the door is locked, you are not alone. There are two angels on your shoulders and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching. Yet how many times do we realize that we are being watched? The other newest, latest thing that is happening within our own community and across the globe is quite the opposite to what we find in the Holy Qur'an. In the Holy Qur'an, we are encouraged as Muslims to do what is right and to forbid what is wrong. But the exact opposite is happening in our society. You do what is wrong and you will be praised for it. And you stop those who are doing righteous deeds. If you take a bribe, you will boast about it among your friends. If you drink, you will boast about it with your friends. That I had a booze party last night and so many people came. And people will respect you for it. This is the irony. Whereas if you say that no, I do not want to associate with such things, I fear Allah. I don't know about you, but I fear Allah. I do not like to associate with such things. People will say you are square or you are a party pooper. You're not cool. And they will try to stop you from fearing Allah. They will say, come on, it's okay, just do it once. And that once will lead to a second and a third and a fourth. So people now have done the exact opposite of what is being preached to us from the Holy Qur'an. It has been mentioned in the Holy Qur'an in Surah Muhammad chapter 47 verse 38.
والله الغني وأنتم الفقراء والله الغني وأنتم الفقراء وإن تتولوا يستبدل قوما غيركم ثم لا يكونوا أمثالكم.
But Allah is rich, free from all needs, and you mankind are poor. Allah is rich, He has everything He needs. You are the one who needs Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you turn away from the path of Allah, He will substitute in your place another people, and they will not be like you. So if you are being given a chance by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, know this, that He can just as easily substitute you for another group of people, and they will certainly be not like you, and they will thank Allah. So this is the message that we get from the Holy Qur'an.